To start Abhidhamma lesson, let us pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today, page number 8. Page number 8. 15. Find material sphere consciousness. And that is finished. Today, 12. Immaterial sphere consciousness. Arupa Vajara Chaita. 12. Arupa Vajara Chaita. There are 3 groups. Number 1 groups, 4 immaterial sphere, wholesome consciousness, Arupa Vajara Kusala Chaita. Second group is 4 immaterial sphere, resultant consciousness. Third group is 4 immaterial sphere, functional consciousness. Arupa Vajara Kiriya Chaita. So 4, 4, 4, 12. So Arupa Vajara Chaita. Chaita is consciousness. Arupa Vajara is arising in Arupa realm or Arupa sphere, immaterial sphere. Mostly arise in the Arupa realm. So first of all, we will learn Arupa Vajara Kusala Chaita. Consciousness, Arupa Vajara, wholesome consciousness. So to familiar with Bali words, repeat after me. Akasananja Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Again, Akasananja Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Number 2, Vainyananja Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Again, Vainyananja Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Akinsanya Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Akinsanya Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Neva Sanya Nasanya Yadana Kusala Chaitam. Neva Sanya Nasanya Yadana Kusala Chaitam. So, or 4 chaitas. That is what we call Arupa Vajara Kusala Chaita. So, these chaitas arise within practitioners. That is no ordinary person's chaita. By practicing meditation only can get these chaitas. So, to get these Kusala Chaita, those kinds of chaita, first of all, we need to have Rupa Vajara 5 Rupavachara Kusala Rupavachara jhana. First of all, you need to have a Rupavachara jhana. After that only you can get these Chaitas. So if you practice Anapana meditation, Anapana object can produce Rupavachara jhana, cannot produce this kind of jhana, Arupavachara jhana. So to get Arupavachara jhana, how we teach according to Toya meditation. First of all, have to practice Anapana until you get 5th jhana or 4th jhana. So after that, I have to see 32 parts in our body. Body hair like that, liver, intestine. Have to see 32 parts in our body. After seeing by seeing 32 parts, we can practice Asubha meditation, foundness, like that. So if so, only you can get fast jhana. That 32 parts, that object can produce only fast jhana. Cannot produce a 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, 4th jhana. Not like Anapana. So after practicing foundness meditation, you can practice Kasina meditation. For example, by seeing blood, by seeing the color of red blood, you can practice red Kasina. So you should try to see the blood first of all. After that, you should see the color, red. So later you will see some circle in front of you, red color. You have to spread the whole universe. After that, you can get Rupavachara jhana. 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, 4th jhana, 5th jhana. Like Anapana. Not only red Kasina, other Kasina also we can practice by seeing the fats or by seeing urine. We should see the color of urine or color of fat. Yellow Kasina, you can practice. So the circle of yellow color, you can see. After that, you have to spread the whole universe. So after seeing the whole universe, you can get 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, 4th jhana, 5th jhana. That is a Rupavachara jhana. So by seeing bones have a white color. You can practice a white color Kasina like that until you get 5th jhana. That is a Rupavachara jhana. So next one is you should see hair. The color of hair is black color. Not only hair, some them bind like that. Bind also black color. So by seeing black color, you can practice black Kasina until 5th jhana. So 4 kinds of Kasina finish. After that, have to see the earth. You make the earth a even place. You remove some stone and sticks. You make a circle. First of all, you may have practiced Anapana, trying to improve Anapana. After that, you see the earth by opening the eye. After taking that object, you close the eye. You go into the jhana with the Anapana meditation. After that, you can take that earth, or you may sit in the meditation hall. You practice Anapana fast. After improvement, you can take that earth. So at that time, the mind is very easy to take the object. The mind is powerful enough to take a new object. Quickly you can get. After that, in front of you, you may see the earth object. So you have to spread the earth little by little until the whole universe. After that, you can get 5 jhana of Rupavachara. So you can see like that water kasina, you can see fire kasina, or you can see wind kasina. How to take the wind as object? You can see the trees because of wind shaking. Behind or beside the trees, you can imagine there is wind. So first of all, you should see that situation. After that, you go to meditation hall. You practice Anapana meditation until improvement. After that, you can take that wind beside the trees. So at that time, the mind is very powerful. You can take the wind as an object. So in this way, you can get wind kasina. You can practice until you get 5th jhana. That is the practicing of wind kasina. So there is 10 kinds of kasina. Now we finish 8. Next one is Akasa kasina. Akasa kasina is maybe something like that. Make a hole in the middle. After that, get like that on the sky. From the hole, you can see the sky, the space. So first of all, you should see the space like that. After that, you should go to meditation hall. You should practice Anapana. After improvements, you can take that object again. So easily you can get the space as your object. So after that, you have to spread the space until universe, the whole universe. So at that time, you will see only space in your mind. So that is a space kasina. You can practice until 5th jhana. So next one is about the lights. About the lights, so some light, flame of candle. Sometimes you may have seen forest fire like that. So if you have seen forest fire, you can take as an object. If you haven't yet seen forest fire, you can create some fire. You take as an object by opening eye. Later go to meditation hall, practice Anapana. After improvement, you can take that fire. So the object may appear in front of you. So you should spread the whole universe. So you can spread. So after that, one by one, you can get 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, 4th jhana, 5th jhana. Like that. That is what we teach in Phaotoya Meditation Center. So that is about 10 kinds of kasina. So among 10 kinds of kasina, 9 kasina can produce this chaita. Other kasina, the space kasina cannot produce this consciousness. So to get this consciousness, first of all, you have to get Rupavachara jhana until 5th jhana. So, for example, earth kasina. So you should see earth. After that, spread the whole universe. After that, you should take 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, 4th jhana, 5th jhana. So after getting 5th jhana, you can get number 1 chaita, akasananja yatana kusala chaita. How to get? First of all, I need to explain about the words. Akasa is a space. Ananta is infinite. So infinite space. Ayatana means, although here translated base, ayatana means object, not mean base. For the first chaita, second chaita, third chaita. Ayatana is object, ananta is infinite, akasa is a space. So, meaning is consciousness having object of infinite space. Infinite space. Consciousness which has objects of infinite space. That is the meaning of words. So, meaning is the object of this chaita is infinite space. So, before you see the earth, the whole universe, that chaita is a Rupavachara fifth jhana. Rupavachara fifth jhana. So, first of all, you try to get Rupavachara fifth jhana. In your mind, only will see the earth, the whole universe. If you want to get this chaita, first of all, you need to reflect about the materiality, to disgust. To disgust meaning is to remove. So, idea is like that. Those persons they hate materialities. Their thinking is materiality is no good. Because of materiality, we have to fight each other. We have to quarrel each other because of materiality. We have to eat. We need a car. We need a house, and maybe like that. So they want to remove materiality. Arupa means rupa is a materiality. I is a no materiality. The Brahmas in that realm, no materiality, only mentality they have, no materiality. So for the human, we have a materiality form, we have a mentality. Those Brahmas are only formless, no materiality, because before that life they hate materiality. Their thinking is materiality is no good. Because of materiality, we have a lot of problems. If not have materiality, we may not have problems. So, to get that chaita, first of all, you need to reflect about the materiality to hate. So, you have to reflect like that. Because of materiality, we have to quarrel, we have to find food, we need to stay in the house, like that. Materiality is no good. Materiality is to be hated, like that. You have to reflect. So now you are seeing the earth. The earth is actually original earth is that is a materiality, but what you see, the earth is no real materiality. That is a concept created by your mind, not really materiality. Original earth is yes, that is a materiality, but later you see is only in your mind. Actually, the whole universe is not only earth, not only earth. That is created by your mind. So, but such object, why we can take? First of all, we take the earth. So coming from real materiality. So because of this, meditator at that time, I hate that object, because that object is earth element, originally coming from real materiality. So I don't want to get that object, because that object is materiality. I want to remove. I hate, like that. So by having such a desire, you should not pay attention to the earth. You should ignore the earth, what you have seen, which you have seen. So at that time, meditator not pay attention to the earth. The earth slowly disappear. What left? Only sky, only space left. So at that time, in your mind, only you will see. You will only see the space. So at that time, you should say like that, or infinite space, infinite space. So object is become infinite space. If so, your mind is this chaita, akasa ninja, yatana chaita. So according to object, you should know this chaita. If you don't see the space, you are consciousness, not this consciousness. So trying to remove the earth object, how to remove? Not paying attention. If not pay attention, and the earth, so only space left. At that time, you should take that space as an object, infinite space, infinite space. If so, your consciousness is akasa ninja, yatana kusala chaita. First consciousness arise. That consciousness is mental factors are associated with neutral feeling and one-pointedness. So only two factors, jhana factor. Because of this, this consciousness is considered fifth jhana. Because jhana factor is the same. But object is not the same. Object is infinite space. So like that, at that time, you got akasa ninja yatana kusala chaita. So you should try to get 5 mastery. Trying to get quickly, trying to get longer. To check 2 jhana factor, you should make easy. Whenever you want to imagine from that jhana, should be able to emerge from that jhana. Such mastery you need to practice. First of all, you cannot take longer that object. After taking a few minutes, that object may disappear. So have to do again. So you practice other elements until 5th jhana. After seeing the other, you should reflect about the materiality to be discussed. After that, you ignore that earth. Only you will see the space. So infinite space. You make longer. You make to get quickly, or you reflect 2 jhana factor to be quickly, to be quick, to be fast, or you trying to emerge whenever you want, like that. Such ability you need to practice. So after getting mastery, 5 kinds of mastery, but although we say 5 kinds, only like 4 kinds. The 2 are like the same. For the beginners, that is the same. So after getting 5 mastery, you can get 2nd chaita. So 2nd chaita is Vijnanancha Yatana Kusala chaita. Chaita is consciousness. Kusala is wholesome. So wholesome consciousness. Vijnanancha Yatana. Yatana, ayatana is object. Ananda, Vijnanancha is, Anancha is infinite. Vijnana is consciousness. So translation is like that. Consciousness which has object of infinite consciousness. So the object of this consciousness is infinite consciousness. So to get next stage, you have to change object. Previous jhana is not like that. First jhana is 5 factor. To get a second jhana, have to remove one factor, vitaka, like that. To get a third jhana, you have to remove vichara, like that. To get improvement, have to remove jhana factor. For this chaita, jhana factor is only 2. You no need to remove. Only to get next stage, you should change the object. So now you are seeing infinite space with the first chaita. To get second chaita, you should change the object. So what is the object for the second chaita? Yeah, object is first chaita. You should see first chaita. Actually, when you arise second chaita, first chaita is already gone. Already gone. No happen. That is the past. Although past, you can take as an object. For example, before coming here, you may have anger because of something. For example, you can take it as an object. Oh, at that time I have anger, like that. That is taking anger as an object. Now you are sitting here, you are listening in Dhamma talk, but you can think about the anger, which is past. Like that. First chaita is already past, but can take as an object. So to get second stage, you should take first chaita as an object. So instead of seeing the space, you should see into your heart area. Heart area, just an area only, because before that you are only the whole universe or a space, even in yourself, space. No here, head, leg, like that, or a space. But you can imagine or you can think about the heart area. So you should focus the heart area to see first consciousness. So if you can take first consciousness as an object, second chaita is arising. Second chaita is present, first chaita is object, like that. Like that, that is the second chaita. Can take first chaita as an object. For example, I will give an example. Here is a first chaita. He is seeing the space. But I am second chaita. I am seeing him, who seeing the space. Like that. By seeing him, I do infinite consciousness, infinite consciousness. I take him as an object. He is the first chaita. I am second chaita. When second chaita arises, first chaita already gone. That is the past. But although past, can take as an object. So in my mind, in meditator's mind, seeing first chaita. So if so, in that time, second chaita is arising within me. So to get next stage, have to change object. So in this way, you should practice to make longer, to be fast, to go into that jhana. After that, to reflect the jhana factor. Jhana factor is only 2. One is upekkha, the other one is one-pointedness, ekaggata. Only 2. And jhana factor is not change, only changing object. Changing object. In your mind, if you see first chaita, infinite chaita. Actually, chaita is no form. Because of no form, cannot say infinite or small and big. But when we see that first chaita is seeing infinite space, because of its object, we say he is infinite space, infinite consciousness, like that. For the people who have learned some Abhidhamma, I need to give some information. That is, the object is consciousness. To know mentality, we need to know base, or we need to know object. To discern mentality, any mentality, you have to discern base, you have to discern object. By holding base and object, we have to see mentality. So because of this, now object is consciousness, that is a mentality. So to take mentality as an object, you need to know base. What is the base? Base is heart. So because of this, you should see the heart area. Although you should see the space. Space is object. Mentality is object. So by holding heart and space, you should see that first consciousness. If so, so in your mind, the same time you may see heart, the same time you see object, space, also you see consciousness. So before we say the match, you can see wheel, you can see stone. By seeing wheel and stone, later you do like that, the fire come up. So like that, you should see base, you should see space. If so, you can see consciousness. So object is consciousness. So like that, if you want to discern unconsciousness, for example, you should see something. So meditator have to hold the color object, have to hold that base insensitivity. If color object and insensitivity impinge each other, at that time unconsciousness arises in that place. So to see unconsciousness, you should see color object, you should see insensitivity in this place, like that. So now we are getting second chaita. So we will go third chaita. To get third chaita, what we need to do? Have to change object. Second chaita, taking objects, taking first consciousness as an object. That is the object of second chaita is first consciousness. So now we will go third consciousness. Third consciousness is Akain Sanya Yatana. Ayatana is object. Anancha is Akain Sanya. Anancha is have to say consciousness. So Akain Sanya translation by combination is better. So Akain Sanya is nothingness. Nothingness of what? Nothingness of first consciousness. Number one consciousness. So this chaita is the consciousness which has object of nothingness of first consciousness. The object of that chaita is nothingness of first chaita. You see that chaita. The object is first chaita, but not the same as second chaita. Nothingness of first chaita, or absence of first chaita. For example, someone now see there are many people. He go out. After that he come. When he comes, oh, nobody here, like that. Nothingness of people, like that. So, like that, after giving in this talk, I may go up in my room. Before I see many people here. And that is like a fast Chaita. So, after a few times I come down. Oh, no people here. So, nothingness of people. I take object, nothingness of people. Even nothingness we can take. For another example is, for example, here there is water. Maybe I drink unconsciously. Later I open again. Oh, nothing, like that. That is a nothingness of the water, like that. Even nothingness, sometimes we can take. So the third consciousness is like that. Take objects, nothingness of first consciousness. When the third Chaita arises, first Chaita is already gone. So, because of that situation, taking object, nothingness of first Chaita, like that. Second Chaita also take first Chaita. Third Chaita also take first Chaita as an object, but not the same. Second Chaita is a presence of first Chaita. Third Chaita take object first Chaita, but absence of first Chaita. That is a different sense. So, to get third Chaita, you have to pay attention, absence of first Chaita. No people. Like that, no people. You should not take like that. Oh, here, someone like that person have. Here, brother JJ have. Should not take that like presence of people. Should not take a presence of people. Only should take absence of people. Or no people, like that. No water, like that. So at that time, no have that consciousness. Nothingness of that consciousness. So even nothingness we can take as an object because of the power of practicing. Nothingness, like that. You have to contemplate Nati Kenchi. Nati Kenchi means nothingness. Yes. First of all, you may not get longer. After a few minutes later, you drop down again. Maybe other elements you may see, or maybe drop down second Chaita. So you have to try to get again. If you need, you may go back Anapana, make it stronger. After that, see the earth, get until fifth jhana. So your mind make it stronger. After that, you should see space. You should see first Chaita. After that, you should see the absence of first Chaita. In this way, you have to, if your concentration drop because of new object, you go back. Because the previous one is you already got fluency. So come systematically, get a new one. So you should do again and again. If you do again and again, later you can make longer. You can get quickly. Or you can reflect the jhana factor quickly. You can imagine whenever you want. So you got mastery, 4 kinds of mastery. After getting 4 kinds of mastery, you can get number 4 consciousness. Neva Sanya Nasanya Yatana Kusala Chaita. So that ayatana is a different meaning. At that time, ayatana is a base. Previous three is ayatana is object. For the fourth one, ayatana is a base. So, neva sanya. Sanya is a perception. Neva is a non-perception. Nasanya. Nasanya is a non-perception. So, translation is like that. Neither perception, no non-perception. No non-perception. So, consciousness pertaining to the base of neither perception, no non-perception. Why we call base? Base is in the 7th chapter. We will learn later. So there are 12 bases. Among 12 bases, sanya is one kind of base. Because of this, in this case, no object. That ayatana is a base. Translation is a base. But this is somebody's translation. Number 1, 2, 3, ayatana is object. For the number 4, ayatana is a base. So, neither perception nor non-perception means. Later I will explain. First of all, we need to explain what is the object of this consciousness. This consciousness, because according to object, we have to improve next stage. So to get next stage for the consciousness, we have to change object. Previous one is taking nothingness of first chaita. Now to get for the chaita, have to take third chaita as an object. Third chaita. How to pay attention? By seeing third chaita, you should reflect, you should contemplate. This chaita is peaceful. This chaita is superior, or this chaita is lofty, or this chaita is good, like that. So easy way is this chaita is good, this chaita is good. Have to contemplate that chaita, because that chaita, even nothingness, he can take as an object. Because of this, that chaita is very peaceful. That chaita is good. Have to contemplate. If you can take that chaita as an object, your mind, your consciousness is fourth chaita. At that time, fourth chaita is arising within you. But your object is that chaita. So question is, if you think that chaita is good, why you trying to get fourth chaita? Like that. Because contemplating is that chaita is good, that chaita is good. So, if you think that chaita is good, you should not try to get fourth chaita. Like that. So, in the scripture gave simile, the king visit the country. So, he in the country he find some artist, maybe some carving made of ivory, ivory, the elephant tusk made of ivory, ivory jobs that they do. They are very beautiful. They can do because of artists. About the carving, they are very clever. So they can see that person. Oh, you are very good. Very beautiful thing you can make. You are very good. Also, although the king say you are very good, he don't want to be carver. He don't want to be artist. King's life is better than artist. Like that. So, that is give simile in the scripture. Another simile is like that. Someone have to do service for the king. But the king is not good person, very cruel. Although cruel, that person have to do jobs because of money. Because of money. In the same way, that Chaita is no better than fourth Chaita. Fourth Chaita is better than that Chaita. But to get fourth Chaita, have to see that Chaita. Because of this, have to take as an object that Chaita. Oh, this that Chaita is good, that Chaita is peaceful, have to contemplate just to get fourth Chaita. That is the answer. Although contemplate that Chaita is good, the person don't want to get that Chaita because fourth Chaita is better than that Chaita. So at that time, if you can see that Chaita, you can take that Chaita as an object, your consciousness is fourth Chaita. So more and more subtle, the consciousness are more and more subtle, more and more or lofty, like that. Because of changing object, have to go, have to get. So if a very subtle, like that, perception is not so obvious. Your all mental factor is very soft or very subtle, very smooth. Because of this, your consciousness also not obvious, your perception also not obvious. Perception is one kind of mental factor. Every mental factor is not so obvious. Because of not so obvious, you may say, neither perception, no perception. Actually, perception have. No perception, you have to think. But if someone asks, really no have a perception, but neither no non-perception. No non-perception is no have obvious perception, but have a very soft perception. Because of this, saying is neither perception, no non-perception. Perception is just giving a name. Can say another words, neither Vedana, no non-Vedana. Also can say neither consciousness, no non-consciousness. Other mental factor also can say, but perception is a very obvious thing. Because of this, we can give the name. Neither perception and no non-perception. No mean just perception. No stand for specific mental factor. That is on behalf of all mental factors. We can use only perception. So means I can use neither consciousness nor non-consciousness, neither Vedana nor non-Vedana. Every mental factor we can use. So meaning is about that give a simile, like that Samnera and Bhikkhu. Samnera is a novice, Bhikkhu is a monk. Samnera and Bhikkhu, or novice and monk, go to the journey. So on the way in some place, Samnera go ahead. By going ahead, he go little more ahead. After that, he come back to the monks. He told to the monks, there is water. You should not go this way. So at that time, monks say, monk told the Samnera, I want to take a bath. Please take my robe to take a bath. So at that time, Samnera say, no water to take a bath. Before he said there is water, is if you go this way, your slipper may wet. Just a little. Just a little. But now monk's understanding is if there is water, I want to take a bath. So I want to take a bath, please take my robe So at that time, Samnira, before he said there is water, now he changed his words, no water. So like that, this perception also very a little, very soft, or very smooth, or very subtle. Because of object also very subtle, because of practicing consciousness softer and softer, or more and more subtle. So, because of so subtle, if you contemplate that consciousness as a vipassana, inside knowledge, you cannot do one by one. Although you practice, contemplate that consciousness, like that consciousness is not impermanence or suffering, non-self. Although you do like that, you cannot get attainment because of so subtle. You cannot get disenchantment because of so subtle. Even Sariputta cannot take one by one as an object of vipassana meditation. Sariputta is knowledgeable. So now, for example, we are giving a Dhamma talk. So my consciousness is a few mental factors have. Feeling also have. Phasa, contact also have. Perception also have. Cetana, volition also have. So for this consciousness, we can practice vipassana. This is also impermanence, suffering, non-self. This is also impermanence. This is also impermanence. We can do one by one. But for that consciousness also have association mental factors. Feeling have, perception have, consciousness have, phasa, contact have. But this mental factor is very subtle. You cannot contemplate one by one. This is impermanence. You cannot do. The whole thing you can do. Only the whole thing. This group is impermanence, suffering. As a group, you can practice vipassana. But one by one, you cannot do. This is impermanence. This is impermanence. You cannot do because very short. As a group only, you can do. As a group only, because of very soft. So a little senya only have, because of this, may say neither perception, or really no perception, but have a very little, because of this nona perception. Nona perception means have perception. No perception, have perception. No perception is no obvious perception. Have perception is have very subtle perception. So meaning is this consciousness is very subtle. If you want to practice vipassana, other consciousness are okay. One by one you can do. Consciousness is cannot arise alone. With other mental factor have to arise. So for other consciousness, you can practice vipassana one by one if you want. As a group also you can do. Can get attainment. For this consciousness, as a group only you can practice vipassana. One by one you cannot do. Why? Because of so subtle. Like that. So, okay. So, to get this kusala, have to change object. So I will say the objects. The object of first chaita is space. The object of second chaita is first consciousness. The object of third chaita is nothingness of first chaita. The object of fourth chaita is third chaita. Like that. By changing object, have to improve. Have to improve. Not by removing jhana factor. Previous jhana is by removing jhana factor, have to improve. This is by changing object. First of all, you should see sky, space. Second, to get a second chaita, you should see first chaita. To get third chaita, you should see nothingness of first chaita, absence of first chaita. To get fourth chaita, you should see third chaita, like that. According to object, you have to decide which chaita you have, like that. So that is arupavachara kusala chaita. Finish. If you practice, you can get that chaita. So if you can maintain that chaita until you die, you were reborn, no material realm. No more material, only consciousness. Only no eye, no ear, no time, no body, like that. No body. So quite okay. But the problem is if ordinary person go there, after a long time, so you have to come back in this realm. Cannot go to Nibbana from that realm. Because although the Buddha appear in the human world, he cannot listen the Dhamma. He cannot meet Buddha. Because of this, cannot get attainment. The Buddha also not go there to teach. So no ear, no eye. So cannot listen Dhamma, cannot see the Buddha, cannot practice. But some people get some attainment from the human world. After getting attainment, if you practice this jhana, okay, you go there, you yourself can get other attainment until arhatship, because you already know the way to practice. Although the Buddha not teach, no problem. You can continue your practicing. So ordinary person should not go there. But not so suffer. Not so suffer. After a long time, you will get a human life. If at that time the Buddha appear, okay. Just waste the time, not suffer. Waste the time, yeah. No waste the time. Wasting in the time, but not so suffer. So because of this, some sutta you may have read like that. When the Bodhisattva was born, Bodhisattva is a child. The teacher of his father is ascetic. He got such attainments. Once he see Bodhisattva, he understand later he will be Buddha. But he checked his life. At that time, he already died. He went that place. So he cannot meet Buddha. He cried like that. He cried. So, but in the Buddha's dispensation, no problem. We have a lot of knowledge because of Buddha's teaching. We can manage our jhana. So only you should practice Rupavachara jhana. Rupavachara jhana. Which place you want to get? If you want to get a first layer, you should practice first jhana. If you want to get a second layer, you should practice second jhana, like that. So we have such knowledge. But at that time, not the Buddha's teaching, that ascetic, although he get eight kinds of jhana, he cannot manage. Only he last one he practice. That is a problem. Because of this, he got that place. If he can understand, if I practice first jhana, I will get rupa realm, fine material realm. But at that time, no have such knowledge. only everybody practice the highest one. So most of people go to the arupa realm, arupa sphere, no material sphere, like that. No material sphere. So that jhana is if you don't know something, have a problem. Yeah, have a problem. So rupa realm is a previous chaita is a rupa realm, fine material realm. Fine material realm also they have eye, they have ear, but they don't have nose, tongue, and body. Body have, but although touch don't know. No sensitivity. No, cannot get smell, cannot get taste, but can see, can hear. Why? Before human life, they don't have attachment to see, to hear, to see, for example, movies or sensual pleasure, to listen to music or sensual pleasure. They don't have such a desire. For the practitioner who got jhana, jhana is not see anything, not listen anything. That is a seclusion. Because of this, they don't have attachment to see anything, to hear anything, to smell anything. But when they get eye sensitivity and ear sensitivity, they still have a desire to listen Dhamma. So the ear is only for listening Dhamma. The eye is only to see Buddha, like that, co-object. Because of such a desire, they have eye, they have ear. But nose sensitivity is not useful for them. So they not get a nose sensitivity. Also tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity. So fine material realm is okay. Okay, so can listen Dhamma, can see Buddha, also can practice. So, okay, that kusala consciousness is human people also can get, human also can get, Deva also can get, Brahma also can get. But the next one is a vipaka. Next group, vipaka. Repeat after me. Akasanancha Yatana Vipaka Chaitan Akasanancha Yatana Vipaka Chaitan Vijnanancha Yatana Vipaka Chaitan Akinsanya Yatana Vipaka Chaitan Akinsanya Yatana Vipaka Chaitan Neva Sanya Nasanya Yatana Vipaka Chaitan. Yeah. And that is the same explanation. That is a vipaka. Vipaka is a result of previous kusala. Like that. So vipaka is before I give simile the picture in the mirror, not changeable. If you get a fast kusala, you will get a fast result. If you got a second kusala, you will get a second result, like that. So not changeable. If you want to change vipaka, you trying to change kusala. Vipaka is the picture in the mirror, like that. Vipaka how to arise? Within us, vipaka cannot arise. Within Deva, vipaka cannot arise. Only no material realm, that chaita can arise. Only in the no material realm or immaterial sphere, that consciousness arise. So if you got a kusala chaita, after passed away, were reborn that world. First chaita is this vipaka chaita. Also bhavinga chaita, sleeping consciousness. they know material, how to sleep. You may say, after cognitive process, some bhavanga arise, maybe long, maybe short. We are also now awakening consciousness, cognitive process arise. One cognitive process arise. After that, some bhavanga, sleeping consciousness, because of now awakening, very short time, maybe 3 or 4 times arise. After that, again, cognitive process. After that, sleep again, cognitive process, like that. So, they also have such consciousness, bhavanga mind, sleeping mind. That is, sleeping mind is this vipaka. Also, when they passed away, the last chaita also, this vipaka, resultant consciousness. So, first consciousness, this vipaka, sleeping consciousness, this vipaka, and the last consciousness, this vipaka chaita arise. So, not so important, just understanding. No need to practice. Vipaka is. Yeah, no need to practice. But you want to practice. Every night you sleep. Huh? Because vipaka is a peace. Vipaka is a support body and mind with calmness. Calmness. If a vipaka arises within us, very calm, even ourselves we don't know. When we are sleeping, we don't know I'm sleeping. Very calm, like that. So fever also become unconscious. That is also vipaka. Vipaka. Yeah. Only body is strong. Only at that time cognitive process can arise. If the body is weak, cognitive process come down, become vipaka chaita arise. So like that, vipaka is one kind of resting. Resting. So next one is a kiriya chaita. For immaterial sphere, functional consciousness. Arubhavachara kiriya chaita. What is a kiriya? Kiriya is a functional, mere action. No kusala. Why? Cannot produce good result. No result of kusala. No akusala. Akusala is have to produce bad result. Kiriya is not produce a bad result. So because of this, in the scripture mentioned, kiriya is no kusala, no vipaka, no akusala. Just mere action. That is for whom? For the arhanta. After getting arhanta, they practice jhana to get that jhana. So they got that jhana. We cannot say kusala because they don't have next life to produce a good result. Because of this, they are just doing, just enjoying with the jhana, but no result, not for result. Just for the present life, they want to get that jhana. Jhana is like resting for them. Another thing is if you arahanta want to get Sakya power, you need to get such a jhana. So Rupavasara jhana is 5. This jhana is 4 or 9. 9 kinds of jhana, they need to practice in many ways. From the first until 9, from the 9 to the first, jumping like that. To get Sakya power, they have to practice in different ways. That is playing with the jhana. So if they play with the jhana, their mind more and more powerful. Later they can create many bodies. They can create some powers like that. So they can fly in the sky. So to get some Sakya power, they have to practice that jhana. So that is their aim. Another thing is arahanta need to get that jhana to get absorption of cessation. Cessation. Arahanta's minds are always seeing mentality, materiality, suffering, non-self, impermanence. They are seeing like that. They don't see there is a man, there is a woman, this is beautiful, that is ugly. They not see. They are all mentality, materiality like that. So because of this, they have a disenchantment about the life. Sometimes they want to rest. At that time, they have to get absorption of cessation. To get absorption of cessation, they need to get 9 kinds of jhana. Without 9 kinds of jhana, they cannot get absorption of cessation, nirodha samapatti. Nirodha samapatti is like that. If they get that samapatti, absorption, no consciousness, no cetasika, mental factors, no mind-born materiality. Only the body, karma-born materiality have, nutriment-born materiality have, temperature-born materiality have, no consciousness. So become very peace, very peace. If no consciousness, you don't think anything, everything stop. But other body cannot disturb them, cannot disturb them. They are very powerful at that time. So they rest like that. To get such absorption, they need to get such jhana. Because of this, they practice to get that Kiriya Chaita. So Kiriya Chaita is only within Arhantas. The same practicing, but because of not producing good result, we have to call Kiriya Chaita. Kiriya Chaita. Arahanta, whatever they do, no karma, not become karma. Because they don't have a desire, they don't have ignorance, delusion. So to be karma, just action not enough. Need to have a desire, need to have a delusion. For us, we have a delusion, we have a desire. Because of this, whatever we do become karma. If you do good, then go karma, go kusala. If you do bad, then become bad karma, akusala. So, is it good to have karma? Huh? To have karma. Yeah. If you have karma, you will get life. Eye, ear, nose, like that. See, listen, taste, like that. So want to get something. Trying to get, so do again kusala and akusala. Like that. Circle cannot finish. So for the Arahanta, he know about the mentality, materiality by understanding vipassana. Later improve. So no desire, no ignorance, no delusion. Although whatever they do, no more karma. Although they do good, then cannot get kusala. Cannot get kusala. But that is good. Not get next life. No more suffering, like that. So, note, these 12 chaitas are considered fifth jhana. Fifth jhana. Because fifth jhana is only 2 mental factor, 2 jhana factor. This chaita also 2 jhana factor. So consider fifth jhana. So if we ask like that, how many first jhana? First jhana is 3 in the previous group. Kusala 1, Vipaka 1, Kiriya 1. 3. First jhana 3. Second jhana 3. Fourth third jhana 3. Fourth jhana, fifth jhana 3, and this 12, 15. So you need to know fifth jhana is 15. First jhana only 3, second jhana only 3, third jhana only 3, fourth jhana only 3. Fifth jhana is 15. Why? Because of this 12. Later we'll count like that. How many first jhana, how many second jhana, like that. So at that time, how many fifth jhana, how many? 15. Yeah, you should answer now. Later you cannot answer. That is the better way. Huh? I will give an answer this time. For next time, you should remember. So that's ending in all the 12 types of immaterial sphere consciousness, arupa vajra chaita. Together, the 15 types of fine material sphere consciousness, rupa vajra chaita, and the 12 types of immaterial sphere consciousness, arupa vajra chaita, collective forms the 27 types of superior chaita. If we combine previous 15 and this 12 or 27, give another name, superior chaita, mahakata chaita. Some they say lofty chaita or sublime chaita. So you should try to remember mahakata chaita, not change. Translation is they do sublime chaita, they do lofty chaita, or no, and do superior chaita. But Bali name is better, mahakata chaita. Mahakata chaita. Because sometimes they use mahakata chaita. If they say mahakata chaita, 15 fine material consciousness, 12 immaterial consciousness. Now we should stop. So learning Abhidhamma is good because that is about your mentality, about your materiality. By learning Abhidhamma, you will get the right view. So whatever you think, you can know yourself. What consciousness is arising? Huh? Oh, this is akusala mind. Oh, that is also akusala mind. Huh? If you not control, huh? But to get a kusala mind, what we need to do? Need to have a wise attention. Need to have determination. I must have a kusala mind. Need to have inclination. Inclination to have a kusala mind. Need to have decision. Decision. Whatever I have experience, I want to maintain my kusala mind. So if do such thing, mostly we have a kusala mind. Another one is a habit. You should establish to have a kusala mind. So if you do practicing and to have a kusala mind, later like automatically kusala mind arise. Although you earn money, that is to support children and parents, to support sasana, and to offer like that, to meditate, such thinking automatically come up. A lot of time we have a kusala mind. If so, that is beneficial. So we should stop according to time. So if there is any question, you can ask.
Bhante, I just curious to know because this earlier on you touched on the arupa citta. So you say that we should reflect and contemplate to hate and dislike this materiality. Don't you think that you actually created this akusala mind also? So how does you actually, go into that?
Yes, that is. Although we sometimes we use hate, but no, that is anger consciousness. That is to get improvement. That is a karma vachara chaita. Your object is a materiality. You only just you don't want to get materiality. Having materiality is no good. No having materiality is good. So although we use hate, actually materiality is not useful don't want to get, that mean only. So that is no akusala mind, no fault, cannot produce a bad result. For example, I have this cup. I don't want to get this cup. That is no problem. I don't want to get. This cup is not useful for me. Maybe like rubbish. So go throw into the dustbin is better. Like that. So anger is quite different. Anger is you take that object, you hold that object, but you don't like. You don't like. Like that, for example, one person you hate. You take that object, but you are hate. You don't want. You cannot relinquish in your mind. But this is now trying to relinquish that materiality, not hold that object. Some people are, hate that person, but not go away. I want to meet with you, like that. So wanting Nibbana also the same. Wanting Nibbana, we want Nibbana. That is not greed. We want Nibbana is we don't want to get this body, or mentality, materiality. Want to cease, like that. That means don't want to disturb this mentality, this materiality. Just don't want to get. Yeah, that is enough. So that mind is in the contemplating time. That is a kama vachara chaita, kusala chaita, kama vachara kusala chaita. Because that is chaita is useful to your improvement, for your improvement. Because of this, in the contemplating time, that is a kusala chaita. Yeah.
Bhante, sorry, just now we talked about the nine, the nine, what do you call them?
9 jhana, 9 kinds of jhana.
The 9, kasinas that can allow us to go into arupa jhanas.
Yeah.
So, of the color kasinas, can the other colors be used as objects? Other than the 4?
Yeah. Can to get arupa chaita.
Yeah, because we mentioned like yellow, red, white, black. What about other colors?
Other color is
like
but
green
in the Buddha's teaching, only yellow color, white color,
red and black.
red color, black color.
Yeah.
That is maybe in the mentioned in the ancients may not have different kinds of color because no so detailed. Because of this, the Buddha may not use. So, for the other color is if you want, you're trying to practice. We don't know, but according to Buddha's teaching, only 4 kinds of color we have. Maybe other colors are sometimes because of mixing, combination of this color. May not be so obvious. That is also possible. So if according to Buddha's teaching, only there is 4 kinds of color, and maybe pink color is maybe go into the red color, or like the blue color may go to black color. They may be like that. So because in the ancient time everything are not so detailed. That is also possible. Because of this, may be able to practice. Not so sure. About the color, they mentioned the black color is hair, bile, like that. Yellow color is urine. there's some liquid in the joints. So such a body color, some they mentioned. Maybe some things different color may have. Yeah. So that is not so sure. Not so sure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
You're trying to test.
Bhante mentioned about the 9 attainments, before which an Arya, someone, and maybe an Arhat can attain Nirodha Samapatti.
Yeah.
So the first 8 are the 8 jhanas. What is the 9th?
9 jhana. 9 jhana is here counting is Rupavachara is 5 jhana. Arupavachara is 4 jhana. Rupavachara jhana is sometimes we count 4 jhana. If we count 4 jhana way, 8 jhana. If we count 5 jhana way, become 9 jhana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Bhante, just now I talked about how to always maintain kusala mind. You talk about the inclination.
Yeah.
I would like to know, inclination is something bring forward from past life, because habit we can build. The inclination is bring forward from past life, or we can also cultivate this life.
Yeah. That is in the commentary of past Abhidhamma book mentioned. One is inclination, one is decision, one is paying attention, one is habit. That is the causes of kusala mind. Inclination is sometimes we cannot do kusala. But we should incline. I want to do kusala. That is inclination. No, just want to do. If you do like that, I want to do. At least want to do. For example, now you are staying at home. I want to meditate. I want to go retreat, like that. Inclination. When I have chance to go there, like that, to practice, that is inclination. So if you have such inclination, later you may have chance to do kusala. Yeah.
This inclination and somebody may not have. Is it because from the past life they cultivate this sort of
past
habit?
Life, maybe because of past life, because of understanding, or because of listening in Dhamma in this life. Actually, you can establish inclination. Some people totally not aim to meditate, but you can do inclination. For example, now you may not get jhana, but you should incline. I want to get jhana in this life. Or now you may not get mega chaita path and fruition knowledge. You should incline. I want to try. We're trying to get that, like that. You can establish inclination. Some people have, some people not have. Is because of previous karma also. Previous karma is we cannot establish. But now by listening in Dhamma we understand. Because of this also we can establish inclination. That is very important. Everything we need to, we start from the inclination. For example, if you want to be rich, so you want to be rich man, first of all you need inclination. I want to be rich man, I want to get a lot of money. Yeah, that is sure. When you have chance, you will seize that opportunity. So because of inclination. If you not have inclination, although you have chance, you may not seize or you may not grasp that chance. You may lose. Yeah. So inclinations you can establish. Yeah. Decision is strongly doing. Decisions, for example, you may need to go somewhere. Maybe that place is very tough. To maintain kusala mind may be difficult. But sometimes we do decision and we maintain kusala mind. Even he say badly, I will say in good manner. By seeing benefits, by having a desire to do benefits for him, and will reply like that. Sometimes before meeting with someone, if we decide like that, we can maintain our kusala mind. Although they say badly, they do bad action. Yeah, and that is a decision. Decisions are strongly doing. Inclination is slowly changing. Yeah, inclinations are very short. You can still stay at home. Just inclination is enough. Yeah, that is quite good. Soft changing. Yeah.
Sorry, Bhante.
Yeah.
In Anguttara Nikaya, chapter of the 9, there's a Jhana Sutta, and inside the Buddha mentioned 9 types of jhana, upon which the destruction of the teens can occur, and based upon which destruction of teens, that means destruction of asavas, can be obtained. And the 9th jhana, the first 8 are the first 8 jhanas. The 9th one that is mentioned here is cessation of perception and feeling. Might I know what is this referring to?
That is
in Pali it is sanya vedayita nirodha sampaham.
So some suttas are different categories. That is this Abhidhamma teaching way. So some may use, something may jump like that. Sanya vedayita nirodha is a possibility, is a nirodha samapatti. The same as a nirodha samapatti.
Okay,
but a different usage.
Thank you, Bhante.
So mostly to check, to curate this words, can see it is a commentary. That is a better way. Yeah. Sanya vedita nirodha is to stop a sanya, to stop a vedana is there is nothing except nirodha samapatti. Because of this, that's a very possible about saying nirodha samapatti. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Bhante mentioned about just now the 4 causes for kusala mind to arise. So Bhante explained the inclination and decision. Then the 2 more is paying attention and habit.
Paying attention wisely. That is a yoniso
manasikara.
Yeah, yoniso manasikara.
Okay, that's the third one. And then habit is just cultivating a habit.
Habit is establishing a habit. Establishing a habit. If you do a lot of kusala, later according to flow, the kusala mind will arise. Because before you are practicing meditation, doing dana, practice observing morality, later become habits. Once you wake up, I need to offer, maybe I need to take care of my precepts, I need to meditate, automatically come out because of habits. Yeah.
Sadhu, sadhu.
So, sharing merits. Yeah. Repeat after me. Idame nyatinam hodu Sukhida hondu nyadayo Idame nyatinam hodu Sukhita hontu nyadayo Idame Bonya Asawakayam Wahan Hotu Idame Bonya Nibbanasa Pachayo Hotu Mama Bonya Bhagam Sabha Sadhana Vajemi Tesabe Me Sama Bonya Bhagam Nabandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu